I think house bank.
Mm-hmm.
We have created a GL for the house bank and it is FS00 Citibank. So now we will be creating the house bank. Under that we will just give the detail for the account ID or the bank detail. Then we will just doing the payment through that house bank. Now here it is saying that for the creation of the house bank, uh, you need to just go to the transaction code F512, and this is the step number 2 we are doing. So here we have transaction code F512, where we will just set up. So with the help of this T code, we will just set up the housing. So just go for F512, press enter button. Now it is saying that for which company code you want to create the housing. Actually, housing is created at a company code level. So this is the reason it is asking if you want to create it for the company code Ericsson. Okay, press enter button. Now just click on the new entry button. Here you can just see that there is no housing for this company. So zero entry. So we'll just add a new entry, and you need to just give the ID for your housing up to the 5-character could be alphanumeric. So let it be CTB. So this is the name we can just give for our housing. Then then we need to just provide the bank data for the house bank. So bank country, let it be US, and bank key. So we can just mention any 9 digit as a bank key, where in this bank key we provide the bank detail of we provide the bank details like the branch, location, or the SWIFT code, or any other IBAN or any other detail we can just find for the banks. We can just mention that detail. We can just mention that information in this bank key. So here we need to just give the 9-digit bank key, and then just enter any number, random number we have just entered. So here just click on the create button. Now we can just give the name as Citibank and Citibank. Then here we can just give the street. Let's suppose Business Center or Business Park Street. Then city is New York, and branch is again New York Park Street. Now here if you want to give the SWIFT code or any other detail, so you can just provide that, or you can also keep it blank. Now this bank key automatically will become your bank number. So here the same number will be appearing as a bank number. Now just click on continue button and click on save option. Now for this house bank we will be getting the account ID or the bank account. So for this you need to just double click on the bank account. So just double click on bank account and then click on the new entry. So it is asking for the account ID. So account ID we can just mention as account C. So this is the, and again this account ID can be defined up to the 5-character could be alphanumeric. So here we can just give the name of our account ID as Citibank current account. So this is the name I want to give for my account ID. What is the bank account number we have for this current account in the Citibank? So let it be, this is the number we have. So let it be 200 199, and which GL you want to attach with this house bank or account ID. I want to attach my GL 200 with this account ID CTC, and in which currency you want to maintain it. I want to maintain it in the currency USD. and then click on save option. Click on save option. Hello, hi Manasa. Hello, hi Manasa. Hello, hi Manasa.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jitesh. Yes. Hi.
Okay, actually, we are doing step number 2. Okay,
Yeah.
housing. Okay, so we have already done step number 1 yesterday. Now here we have just created the housing and account ID. Okay, so just click on save option. I will just send you the recording.
Yeah, no problem.
Now here we have created the house bank and ID. Now since we are doing the payment through the bank, so we can also add the checks, or we need to just do the payment to our vendor by check. So to just add the checks in the system, so we need to just add the, or we need to just create the check lot. So this check lot can be created with the help of transaction code FCHI, and we can go for step number 3 for the creation of check lots. So again, for the creation of the check lot, we have to give the ID for this check lot, which can be given up to the 4 digit. So here it is asking that for which company code or bank and ID you want to create the check check lot. So check lot is nothing but your checkbook, which will have a series of checks. So here we need to just give the, for the company code direction, we need to just give the, or provide the house bank for which I want to just mention the check detail. So for the house bank city B and ID city C, these are the codes we have given. So just click on the change option, and here we have the create option. So here you need to just give the 4-digit check lot. So let it be 1616, and here we can just have the check number starting from 100 1012 100 150. So this is the series I have entered. Now here we can just mention additional information. In the additional information, we can just mention the Citibank checkbook, and here we can just enter the date when we have added it in the system, or when we have created it in the system. So let it be 1st of January 2016, and then click on enter button, and then click on save option. Then like we just check the document number range, or we just check the how many documents we have entered in the system. So for that we just go to the FBN1, and here the system just show us the current number. Likewise, if you want to know any detail for your checks, so the system will just show you the detail for your current check number in this field. So since we have not issued any check to anybody, so system is just showing blank here. But if we have issued the first check like 101, so system will just show here the check number 101. Okay, 100 101. Then it is saying that now you just have a purchase invoice, and that purchase invoice, the payment for that purchase invoice, this time we can just process through the bank account, and we'll be issuing the check for that. So here the bank, the processing of your uh, purchase invoice, we can do it through the transaction code F-43, and the date is 26th of August, 26th of October 2016, and then the document type is KR, company code, period, currency. So here we can just select the vendor also. So just press F4 option and select your vendor with the posting G31. So here we have the vendor A21. Press enter button. So what is the amount? Let it be 2,40,000. This is the amount we want to have. And business area is Ericsson, and text being purchase, then 40 raw material consumption account, and here we will have the amount as asterisk, business area Ericsson, text plus overview the item, and then click on save option. Now for this open item, so here if you just check the open item in the bill one, we do the payment. So here for the all vendor we have the open item of 2,40,000. So this so here we can just see there is a invoice of 2,40,000. So this invoice can be paid through the bank, and this time we can just use F-53 for the payment. Now just enter here 26th of August as a document date and posting date. So the document type will remain same, KZ, and here we need to just mention the GL. So this time we will be mention the cash GL or bank GL. So this time we will be mention the bank GL that we have created with the number 200,101. Business area Ericsson. So how much amount we want to enter? Again, the partial and residual payment can be done to the bank, through the bank also. So when you are doing the payment to your vendor through the bank, so that payment can also be processed as a partial payment or residual method, like you process the payment for your cash. In the case of cash, like we have just processed the partial and residual payment. So likewise, just you need to just change the GL. You need to just mention in place of cash we are using the bank GL. So other thing will remain same, which we do for the partial payment method or residual method. Now here we have mentioned the full amount and the vendor number is 821. Then click on the process open item and then see the line item. So here you can just see there is a difference of 80,000. If we go for the posting, system will not allow us to do the posting. So what we can do, we can just deselect the irrelevant item. So our relevant item is 2,40,000. So we can just deselect this 80,000 and then click on the save option. So that not assigned has become 0. Now here it got posted, so we have received the payment document, that is 400,008. Now against this payment document we have to issue the check. So for the manual check issuance, so here we are doing the manual check updation. So there is the automatic check updation also, so that we will be doing at the time of automatic payment, but here we will be doing the manual check updation. So in the case of manual check updation, we have to just update the check every time when we are just having any payment document. So here we have the payment document 400,008. Now for this payment document we can just issue the check. And step number 6, it is saying that the manual check updation you can do it with the help of transaction code FCH5. So we will have here FCH5 for this payment document 400,008. You need to just provide the check number. So if you remember, we have given the range as 100, 1012, 100, 150. So for example, if I take it here 102, so if the system will accept this number, so here just click on the save option. The system will not accept this check number, so it will just give you a message that your next number is not 102 but it is 101 under your check log 1616. So here we have to just mention here 101, so the number will not overlap. Now just click on the enter button and then here it is saying that you can just see the message is saying that the check updation has been done manually, and for the check number 101 we have just issued the payment, or we have just update the manual check updation we have done. Then we have the step number 6 where it is saying that you can do for any incoming and outgoing payment. So you can just check that check register. We maintain the check register for same. Now to just find out any detail regarding the payment for your check, so we can just go through this check register or maintain this check register. So for the display of the check register, we have transaction code FCHN. So here it will just show you detail regarding the issued check. So just go to the FCHN and give the company code detail. Let it be Ericsson, house bank is city B and ID is city C. So for this house bank and ID, if you want to see how many checks we have issued. So here you can just click on the execute button. So system will just show you the information that we have issued only one check, and that is 100,101 against the payment document 400,008 and dated 26th of October. Then we have the currency USD amount is 2,40,000, but it is still to be in cash. It is still to be in cash, or it can also be voided. So this is the reason here it is showing you the in cash slash voided. Now here this is the recipient name. Now in case we just void the check, so in that case the system will just give you the check void reason code here, mention here, along with where we can just see the name of the party or name of the partner. Now it is saying that in the next step, step number 8, check encashment date. So here it is saying that this particular date you can also update. So this date we update when we just get the confirmation from the bank. So here it is saying that if you want to mention this or update this check encashment date, so you can just go for a step number 8, and the transaction code is FC6. Transaction code is FCH6. So press enter button. So for this house bank ID and check number, if you want to update the encashment date, yes. So what is the date you want to mention? So let it be today's date only. It is 26th of October 2016, and then click on save option. So this is the vendor to whom you are doing the payment, and just click on save option. So it is saying that the date has also been updated. Now again you can just go to the check register and find out the date for your issued check. So here let's suppose we have the company code Ericsson, and then click on execute button. So since we have only one house bank and ID, so system will not ask you for which house bank and ID you want to, or you don't need to specify the house bank and account ID. And in case if you are maintaining the multiple house bank and account ID, so in that case you can just specify that I want to see the detail for my check register. So for a particular house bank and a particular account ID, and we can also give the range also for our house bank and account ID to get this information. Now here you can just see system has just started showing you the encashment date or the voided. So here we have the encashment date. Why? Because here we don't have any void reason code. So if there would be any void reason code, so in that case we can assume that payment has been, or the check has been voided. Now the next step we have, it is saying that step number 9. So let's suppose we have some unused history. We have unused check which we have not issued, which we have not used for the payment to our vendor. So this is the unused history we have in our drawer, so or somewhere else. So I want to cancel this stationery. I want to cancel this check. So for this we can use transaction code FCH3. So you can just go to the transaction code FCH3 and cancel this check. So you have to provide the series for which series you want to cancel. So for example, you can also cancel the individual check or multiple checks. So for example, I want to cancel the check starting from 100,101 to 100,110, and which reason. So here we can also add our own reason, but here we can just see we have been given the 17 reason. We can just select any one. So let it be 07, that is the check stolen. Now just click on enter button, and here you can just click on the void. But here the system will not allow you to void it. Why? Because this is the issued check and this is also got in cash. So this is the reason it will just ask you to mention the next check, that is 102. So just press enter button. So here it is saying that the check series from 100,102 to 110. So this has been voided. Now if you want to find out the same detail in the check register, so for that we can just go to the transaction code FCHN, and for the company code city, for the company code Ericsson, we can just find out this information. Just click on the execute button for the check register. Here you can just see we have the series of 1022110. Since we have the reason code, so here the system will also the system will also show you the user ID which has voided the check. So here we, or the cancel the check. So here we also got the encashment date. So this has been done on 26th of October. Then it is saying that if you need to just create your void reason, how you can just create it. So that can be created with under the step number 10, and the transaction code is FCHV. Transaction code is FCHV. Now here we have already 17 reason. If I want to add the new one, so let it be 55. So this is the new void reason. So check void reason for the company code, Ericsson, and then click on save option. Click on save option. Press enter button. Now here it is saying that the check reason got created. Now you can just go to the step number 11 where you can just check, you can just cancel this time issued check which we have given to the vendor. So due to some reason you want to cancel it. So how you can do it? It is saying that you can do it with the help of FCH8, but before that you have to have a check, you have to have a purchase invoice and payment invoice. So for that payment invoice you should have a check which you can just cancel. So here we can just go through the transaction code FB 60 to enter any purchase invoice. So let it be for the company code Ericsson, and the vendor is 821, and date is 26th of October, current date. Then amount is, let it be 1 lakh, 1,30,000. Then currency USD. So being purchased, here we can just mention the raw material consumption account 400,000 debit. Amount is asterisk, and text plus business area, it is Ericsson, and go for the simulation and then go for the posting. Now we can also, for this purchase, we can also have a payment document. So for that payment document we can go to the transaction code F-53. So here we can just go to F-53, and before that I want to just show you there would be a open item for your vendor 821. So we can just see this open item in the open item list. So we have this open item 1,30,000. Now for this you want to do the payment. So just go to the F-53 and process the payment for this invoice. And this time again the check now, the bank account GL will be 200,101, and house bank is Ericsson, and your amount is 1,30,000 being payment to your vendor. Which vendor? So let it be this vendor 821, and then click on the process open item. Now here we have again two amounts are given. Now we can just select the relevant one, reset the other one, and go for the save option. Then after this you can just issue a payment check. You can just issue a check. So for that we can just go for FCH5 and issue a check. So what is the check number you will mention? Let it be 111. Let it be 111. This is the check we have just given. Now go to the first, you can just check the line item. So if we just go to the line item for the same vendor, we cannot find any open item except the 80,000. So that 1,80,000, 1,30,000 would have been cleared by the system. Now we can just find it under the cleared item list. And if we just go to the check register, so the system will just start showing you 100, 111 or 111 as a issued check. Now if we go for the cancellation, so here you can just see we have the clear line item. Now if we just go for the cancellation, so for that it is saying that you can just go to the transaction code FCH8 and you can do the cancellation. So here we can just go to the FCH8 and go for the cancellation of this payment, because it is still to be encashed. It is still to be encashed. So encashment it has not been mentioned, so that is the reason we can just cancel it. So now here you need to just mention the check number. So this check number is 100,111, and with which reason you want to void it. So the reason you can just select which you have created yourself. So here it is double five check void reason. Now this time system will do two things. First, it will void your check. It will void your check which we have issued. Second, it will also do the reversal of your payment document. It will also reverse your payment document. So this is the reason system is just asking for the reversal reason. So press F4 option and select any reversal reason. Let it be let it be 01, and then click on cancel payment. And before that, I want to show you the check register. So in the check register, if we just see, so we have a check register for the company Ericsson, and here FCH5, FCHN, sorry. So here we can just see for company code Ericsson, click on execute button. So we can just see the system is just showing you two amounts, 240, 130, and total is 370, and it has the encashment date, but second line item or second payment doesn't have any encashment date. Now here, if we do the cancellation, if we just cancel this check, what will happen? So this amount will become 0 here, and in place of this 370, system will just start showing you 240, and here the system will just provide you the void reason who has voided the check and void date also if we go for the cancellation. Now here this is the cancellation we are doing, so just click on the cancel payment. It is saying that so here it is saying that the reversal of the check payment possible. Now again you will just go to the check register, go back, and then click on execute button. So what you will find? You will find that amount here we can just see. I think cancellation has not been done. Just again click on the cancel payment. Yes. So here this time it is saying that the payment, the check for the check number 111, so this has been cancelled, and system has just given you the reversal document number 500,001. Now after that you can just uh, find out the line item. So here you can just go to the menu list and refresh. So what you will see that the system would have created a open item of 1,80,000. And if we just go to the check register, so here we will find that for the Ericsson, so here we don't have any amount, okay, with the 1,30,000. So the system is just showing you 2,40,000 in place of 3,70,000, and here the system will just show you the void reason and the user who has voided the check on which date, on 26th of August, or sorry, 26th of October. Now this is how we can also do the cancellation for our payment issued for the issued check. Then we have the correspondence. So under the correspondence, we can interact, or we can just send the information to our vendor as well as customer. So there are multiple types of correspondences we can use for the for not for the FI function, but for the other department also. So these correspondences are nothing but the information which we can just share with our vendors or with our customer. For example, if I need to send the balance information, or if I need to just send the statement of account, or if I need to just send any line item detail, so I can just take the help of this correspondence, select that vendor and select the period range, and accordingly system will just give us the information which we can just send it across to them. Now here it is saying that for that what you can do, you can just go for the step number 1, where it is saying that you need to just copy a correspondence for your company code with the help of transaction code OB78. So we'll just take here transaction code OB78, press enter button. Now here you can just see system is just showing you the type of correspondences we have in the system. So it is SAP 01, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on and so forth. So these are used for the different purposes. So here it is saying that SAP 01 we use for the payment notice with line item, without line item, sales department, accounting, legal, and again then we have the for the account statement. So for example, if we want to issue the account statement for our vendor, so how you can do it? For this, let's suppose we can just select this type of correspondence and then click on copy as button. So we need to just map it for our company code Ericsson and then press enter button and then click on save option. Click on save option. So after assignment of this correspondence with your company code, you can just go for the request. So here we will have the statement request and correspondence request. So it can be done with the help of transaction code FB12. Transaction code is FB12. Now for this company code Ericsson, press enter button. You have to just give the type of correspondence. So the type of correspondence we want to have for our vendor, and it is SAP 06. So for which vendor and what is the date you want to mention. So for example, we want to have the information for A21 vendor, 100 A21 vendor, and it is from the date for 1st of January till date. So here let's suppose the current date is 26th, so or 25th. We can just give the date and current date, and then here it is saying that the statement was requested. Now you can just print it. So for the printing of the statement, we can just go to the step number 3, maintain the correspondence, and the transaction code is F.64. It is F.64. Press enter button. Now you have to just provide the type of correspondence you want to print, then for which company code and account type. So for the vendor we use account type K. Click on execute button. System will just show you the line item. Double click on the line item and system will just give you a message. Just press enter button on these two messages. Now here you have to give the output device printer ID. Let it be LP01. In the real time we use LOC. LOC stands for local printer. Now just click on enter button. In where I have just mentioned in LP01, so in the you need to or the user has to give the LOC as a local printer. Now here you can just see this is the detail we have for our vendor, and this is the address and name, then the date, then this is the range we have. So we have the statement range from 1st of January till date, and these are the line items we have, and we can also find out the balance for our vendor. So it is 2,10,000, and this is coming the minus sign. So if the final balance for our vendor is coming the minus sign, what does it mean? It means that this is a liability. So this liability is 2,10,000. So this is how we can just print the statement for our vendor. So likewise, you can also do it for your customer. So in case of your, like we have just mentioned the account number for our vendor, you can just mention the account number of your customer. So system will just print the statement accordingly. Now here it is saying that we have the next topic. It is advance payment. Advance payment or down payment. Now, for example, in the real time, when our vendor will ask for the down payment, so what are the settings we need to just maintain in the system? So first we'll just go for the theory, then we'll just set up this information in the system. So here we have special entries. So under the account payable, you will find a PPT with the name special business transaction. Special business transaction. So this is for the advance payment. So here in this PPT, it is saying that special business transaction. So SAP classifies business transaction with the vendor into the normal and special. We have normal transaction and special transaction with our vendor. Normal we consider as purchase, payment and return, whereas special we have we have those transactions which will have the advance payment to our vendor, or also called the down payment TP on the current asset, bill of exchange and guarantees. So here it is saying that the special business transactions are to be dealt in a separate way. What is the separate way? It is saying that while presenting these advance payment, so in the balance sheet, so we don't take it in under the account. We don't take it under the Sunday creator. We don't take it under the normal balance to the vendor account on the credit side. So we have to maintain a separate account for this advance payment on the opposite side, on the asset side, and we'll have the record of all our advance payment under that special reconciliation account. So that special reconciliation account is also called alternative reconciliation account. Why? Because we have one reconciliation account for the vendor for the normal invoices. Now this is the alternative reconciliation account for the special business transaction. Now here it is saying that this is the special GL account we will be maintaining as a reconciliation account, which will show you the special line item for your vendor, as well as the same thing you can just do when you are just receiving a advance from your customer. So the setting will remain same, and we will do it when we will be doing the account receivable for the customer. Then here it is saying that how you will identify that if this line item is your normal line item or the special line item. So here it is saying that the system will just give you, we just maintain some indicator through which we can just identify if any line item is your normal line item or special. So for advance we use A, for the advance we use, for bill of exchange we can just use it W, and in the case of guarantee we use G. Then it is saying that we can just see the open line item and the special line item for a single vendor or for a set of vendor or for all vendors by providing the range. The system will display us the line item accordingly. Then here it is saying that, for example, if we just do the advance payment to the vendor, so the bank account will be credited and vendor will be debited, and advance to this advance to vendor account, which we just maintain as a alternative reconciliation account, which will have the special GL transaction. So if that will be debited or credited, so that will be obviously debited. So here it is saying that this is the non-SAP SAP scenario. So on the left side we have the non-SAP, and on the right side we have the SAP scenario. So here it is saying that in the case of advance payment, what will happen? So here, if we are just doing the advance payment to the vendor, so we will have the accounting entry. It is saying that your advance paid to the vendor. Just a minute. Okay, so here it is saying that in the case of non-SAP scenario, if we are issuing the advance payment, so your advance paid to the vendor account GL will be debited and bank account will be credited, and at the time of purchase we will have the raw material to vendor account. Then we will be set off the entry by debiting our vendor and creating the advance paid to the vendor account, which we have debited initially. But here it is saying that in the case of SAP, so what will happen? So if we are just doing the payment to the vendor as advance, so when we are just debiting our vendor, so this vendor account will be debiting your normal account or special account. So here it is saying that it will be debiting your special reconciliation account, and the bank account will your bank account will be created. Then we'll have the purchase transaction. So at the time of purchase, so which account, reconciliation account, will be created or will be updated? So this account which you take on the liability side as a syndicator account, so that will get created. Now here it is saying that when we are just setting off the transaction, so when we are just taking the advance from the special line item to the normal line item, so whenever we want to just adjust any advance against the normal invoice, so for example we have a purchase and against that purchase I want to settle my advance. I want to settle my advance. So your purchase is your normal line item, so you have to just take out the amount from your special GL to the normal GL, and then you will be able to clear out the entry. So this is what we have done in the last transaction, where it is just showing you vendor account to vendor account. Vendor here it is just debiting your normal reconciliation account. Then again we have the vendor which has been credited, so it has just credited your special reconciliation account. So now your special reconciliation account balance will be 0, and your vendor account line item can be settled against the advance. So how it would be done? So for that assignment, if we are just saying that the amount we need to just take out from the special to normal, so there would be multiple special and normal account. So how the system will just come to know that a special reconciliation X needs to be mapped to the normal reconciliation A, so that all the line item under the X will go to all these line items under the X will go to the normal reconciliation account A. So for that we have to just do the assignment of A with the X. So we have to just do the uh, assignment of our normal reconciliation with the special. So for that, here it is saying that we have Sunday creditor as a normal. So with this GL, so we have also created a GL with the number 100, 500. So this normal reconciliation account assignment, this normal reconciliation account we can just assign with the advance pay to the vendor account which we will be creating. Then it is saying that likewise this is in the case of A, if we are having the advance on the current asset, if you have the advance on the bill of exchange, we can have W. Then it is saying that these are called alternative reconciliation accounts. So if we just take it, let's suppose here it is saying that we have the balance sheet. So under the balance sheet we have, if let's suppose we do any purchase, so here we have liability and we have assets. Now it is saying that if you purchase something, so here your Sunday creditor balance will increase with that particular amount, let it be 100. Now here it is saying that if you have already given a advance to that particular vendor, so there would be advance pay to vendor, and let it be okay. So here it is saying that advance is let it be 10. So it will not happen that the system will just show you 90 here. So this is not this is the not a right way to just adjust the advance. So what we do? So here it is saying that the 10 we will just take on the opposite side under the GL special reconciliation account. This we will just get that the name we can just give as advance pay to the vendor account, and it is 10. Now here this Sunday creditor GL is also having one of the line item which is 10. So if you want to just knock off this line item with this advanced line item, so you will not be able to do it. Why? Because the GLs are different. So here we have the GLX and here we have the GLY. So how you can just knock off this entry if we have the different GLs? So for that, what we do? So for first we will just assign X with the Y. So there will be assignment of normal reconciliation account with of X with Y, that is a special reconciliation account, and then we will be able to transfer the amount from Y to X. So once we will have both the amount under the same GL, that is X, so we will be able to clear off the entry. We will be able to clear off our purchase due invoice against the payment we have made as an advance to the vendor. Okay, so this is how we just have the advance entries. And under the advanced, it is saying that what we need to do first, we need to just create the special reconciliation account, as you have just created your normal reconciliation account. So that you can also create with the reference, or you want to just create your own. So for that, you can just go to the GL master record FS00 and create this GL. So let it be FS00, and here it is saying that you can just take the account number as 20150. So it is not mandatory that we have to take this account number only. So here under the advance, under the current asset, because here we are just we are just considering this advance to the vendor account part of current asset. So this is the relevant account group we have taken. So our range for that account group is starting from 200, 100 to 199. So 101 and 100 we have already used for the cash. So we can just take this number 150 as advance payment to the vendor account. So here we can just mention 150 as a for the company code Ericsson. So here one way you can just create it with reference to your normal reconciliation account. So what is your normal reconciliation account? So just click on with template, and our normal reconciliation account number is 100 500. So you can just give the reference of your 100 500 normal reconciliation account for the company code Ericsson. Automatically system will populate all the information. Now that information which is not relevant, so that you can just change. For example, it is not part of your current liability, so you can just take it under current asset. We can just take it under current asset. Then it is not the Sunday creditor, so you can just change the name. It is the advance pay to vendor. So we can also change the text advance pay to vendor account. The rest information will remain same. So we can just go for the save option. So the rest information will have your control data, where we have not selected the only balance in local currency. We have just mentioned the account type, sort key, line item. We can field status group. So just go for the hosting. Just go for the save option. Then it is saying that you need to just assign this a normal reconciliation account with the special. So for that assignment, we have transaction code OBYR, and this is the step number 2. This is the step number 2. We have OBYR. Press enter button. Now here there are multiple special GL indicators. So we can just first go for the A, that is the down payment, for which chart of account, for the chart of account CAER, where we have two GLs. One is 100 500, that is the normal reconciliation account, so that we can just assign with a special reconciliation account, that is 200 150. That is 200 150. So how you will just come to know that here you need to just mention the special reconciliation account. So here it is mentioned that you have the special GL account, so that that information will come here, and this is for the normal. And if you don't know the account number, again you can just press F4 option, or just click on this button. So for your company code, you can just search for your relevant account and then assign it accordingly. Now just click on save option. Click on save option, press enter button. Now the assignment has been done. So we can just go for the advance payment, and that can be done with the help of step number 3, and the transaction code is F-48. We will just enter the amount as advance, and we can just settle against any normal line item. Now here it is saying that this advance payment. Okay, so here this is the step 3. So this will be doing tomorrow. Okay, so from today's class, anything you want to just ask, just let me know. Manasa, you have anything to ask?
No, Jitesh.
Moses, you want to ask anything? Any query? Hello Moses, are you there? Okay Manasa, so let's meet same time tomorrow, right?
Okay. So I missed like a couple of minutes of the class. Can you forward it to me, Jitesh? Today?
Sure, I will, yeah, I will do it.
Yeah, thanks.